Shalom to the hopeful elect. It's your fellow servant Shemaiah, and today I'm being accompanied by the brother
Bayanash.
Yanash out here. We're doing a sit down, a Monday sit down, and going into faith. You know, the imperative or how it's important. You know, the importance of faith. Because you have some camps out there that go into it's all about the law and keeping the law, and what do you do when you break one of the laws? You know, it's like you offended against all of the laws. So, you know, this thing of ours, as the beloved elder and apostles, you know, go into, this thing of ours is solely about faith. You know, on the first and foremost. You know, we are known as the house of faith. You know, the house of King David. You know. With that, to the east, we're going to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rachak Kodash. And let us give double honor to the beloved elder and the apostle of the great millstone for teaching us this truth, you know, in all honesty, fervently, you know, with the spirit, you know, to get us to wake up, to put us into the realm of remembrance, you know, and not just remembrance, but action. You know, we're supposed to be doers of the word, not just hearers only. And that's a form of faith. And that's what's important, you know, that your acts match your words, you know, and your your words match the truth. Your words match what Yahweh Shah, you know, has set a foundation about being the cornerstone. You know, it's written that we're supposed to. He's a spirit. You know, speaking of Yahweh, he's a spirit, and that we should worship him in spirit and truth. You got that precept you want to bring out?
This is Proverbs 24:10. If thou faint in the day of adversity, that strength is small.
You want to talk on it?
Yeah. So, you know, it's beautiful to see end-time prophecy happening on the earth right now. And it's faith boosters for us brothers here right now, because with all the teachings that we've been hearing from the elder apostles and the elder bishops, we've been getting that understanding of what's happening through the scriptures and through history. All right, we're living through the times that the men of the Bible wanted to live through. All right, but it's also just as important to stay 100% rooted in Yahweh Shem Shai as these things are falling out. And it's gonna be some crazy stuff, man. Like just last night, my Rib had a dream about World War III, and it shook her worse than the last dream that she had. I might do a video on that later, but she was talking about how the sky was black and orange, just with fire and smoke and death everywhere, man. It was horrible, and that's what we're coming into. So again, that's why that scripture is so important. If thou faint in the day of adversity, if you bug out, the Lord ain't with me in any capacity, it's quits for you at that point, man. So it's imperative to be as rooted as possible in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man.
Yeah, because that's going to be our stability. That's what's going to keep us stable. You know, a lot of people are going to, as it's written, going to turn psycho. What's that? If you don't mind, about the times. People going to be careless. People going to get careless. Or the love of many shall wax cold.
I was thinking this one. Isaiah 33:6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability in thy times, and the strength of salvation, the fear of the Lord is his treasure. Okay? And then...
Yeah, you can speak on it, though.
Yeah.
While I find this cycle.
That, exactly like the brother was saying, everybody out here that thinks that they know Jebus and whatnot, and all these other false gods, there's no strength in it. It's going to confound them in that time. Right now, it's their pleasure. But in that day, they're going to be looking for answers that Jesus can't give them. Because the whole time it's been, no, come as you are, you can do as you please. No, when I come, everything's going to be all right and whatnot.
That's the wisdom of the world.
Exactly.
That's the knowledge of the world, yeah.
Exactly. And the Lord said that the wisdom of this world is foolishness to him.
Right.
All right, that's in 1 Corinthians 3:18, man.
Let me get this, Matthew 24, and I believe it's verse 12. It says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And when you go into the etymology of that word, cold, say the love many shall wax cold. It goes to, let's see if y'all can see that. No, y'all probably can't see that. No, y'all probably can't see it. It says cycle. I'll just say it for you though.
Strong's G 5594.
Suho. To breathe, blow, cool by blowing. To be made or grow cool or cold. See, it says strong definition. Psycho or suko, a primary verb to breathe voluntarily but gently, thus differing on the one hand from wax cold. It says to chill, wax cold. You know, and it says, you know, your heart is your mind. Going back to the precept, Matthew 24:12 again, it says, and because iniquity, which is sin on top of sin, as the brother was going into, how the world, the knowledge of the world is all about, it all encompasses the mind of Esau Edom, the wicked. You know, so as it's written, as the king of, roughly paraphrasing, as the king is, so is his subjects. You know, and Esau Edom being Job 9:24, the earth being given to the hand of the wicked. This world has over and over and over again just manifested the ways of darkness, the ways of wickedness, which are the ways of sin, which is carnality, which goes back to Esau Edom's natural state, natural form of being, and his through his magic, through his media, through his magazines, through his education system, through his social system, his political system. He has comforted the ways of those that are that indulge in wickedness.
Yep.
He's made it so there's no repercussions for your sins. You know, it's gotten to the point where they call evil good and good evil.
Yep. They changed the word of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. They
No,
changed the word
beautiful.
of Yahweh Shem Yahshua by saying that the Lord is okay with Moses, that He's okay with sodomy, that He's okay with smoking, that He's okay with God gonna forgive me. You know, they've had that reliance, but the Scripture says, "For I am the Lord, and I change not." All right, and there's another one that says, Yahweh Shai Hamashiach is the same yesterday, today, and forever. All right? So both of them are in the same accordance where they're not, what they said is what they said. And if you can't get with it, you can't get with it. And if I can get this.
Yeah.
It's 1 Corinthians 3:19. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Heavenly Father. For it is written, He taketh the wise in their own craftiness.
Right.
So He's taking the same stuff that they be talking about and making them fools out of the things that they believe in. And this is the same stuff that all these Christians, all these other Israelite camps that can't get it right and understanding when the Sabbath is and whatnot, because they're coming in their own vain human what's the word? Wisdom.
Right. Even like as far as Esau Edom wisdom is about the sword. You know, it's like his military blessing. You know, he was the blessing that Esau was given by Isaac was that he was going to gain the world, you know, but it was going to be given to him by the sword, you know, and that's his wisdom. The thing is, as it's written in Job, his own was that Psalms. His own sword is going to enter into him. You know, his own weapon is going to enter into him. As it's written, he, like Yahweh Shah said to Peter, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. Okay? So, you know, and the thing is, as the beloved elders and apostles of the great millstone and Akim under them, you know, always say how this devil, he can't fight a spiritual battle. You know, he has to get carnal. You know, and that's the difference between Jacob and Esau. All right, and that's the difference that we have to be on. We have to be on 100%, 144,000% trust and faith in the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, not getting carnal in any way. Because once you pick up that weapon or the thought of being carnal, that's when you, as a child of Israel, that's when you lose the fight. That's when you lose the fight. You know, we got to have faith that passive understanding. You know, and the thing is, with everything that we know, we having the whole spectrum of the will of Yahweh Shema Shai. That if a man's ways please the Lord, even his enemies is going to be at peace with him. You know, so this is a thing that where it's pretty much out of our hands. Everything that goes on is pretty much out of our hands. But you know, to keep that faith, we know that it's going to have to come by, you know, a form of suffering. You know, not being
Too much tribulation shall ye into the kingdom.
yeah, too much tribulation. You know, and it's gonna take faith to get through that. Right? For instance, the Lord is building us up right now by taking us through miniature forms of faith. It's actually the fire, right? By taking us through miniature forms of fire, you know, but he's turning the heat up as we go along, as we learn from one situation to another. How they say it, going from faith to faith.
Yeah.
You know, as we go from faith to faith, the Lord is constantly turning up the heat, you know, to get prepared for the time to come.
Exactly.
I want to go back to that. The psychos in Matthew.
You mind if I make a point real quick?
No, go ahead. You got it.
The Lord is the ultimate coach, and he in this training session that is going on, it's for the ultimate game that's going to happen. If you want to visualize it like that, that's all I can say.
Right. No, that's beautiful. Because that's what it is. You know, I mean, it is a game, and you know, it's a movie. You could refer it to a lot of things. You know, the main thing is we know that the Lord controls everything, both sides of the spectrum. You know, and everything is predestined. Everything is predestined. Even you learning and understanding and having this faith was predestined. You know, it was a gift that was given to you. Not everybody has that gift. Salaki, fam. Yeah. All right. Grandma. Loud ass Judah.
Yeah, Proverbs 9:13.
Yeah.
Woman is clamorous.
Yeah, man. Nah, and know of nothing. But it is what it is, man. Grandma got voice of opinion, man.
Yeah.
Might be the last one she'll have in 3 to 4 generations. Good shit.
More willing
you know?
to see you round one. If not,
You know.
we'll see you round two.
If not 3 or 4. Third or fourth generation should come back. But the world is about to be filled with a lot of people that lose their mind. They're gonna be desperate. You got the food stamp about to be cut off. This is gonna be an exciting year. You know, going into 2026 is gonna be very exciting.
Oh yeah.
Because when you got these people that food stamps getting cut off, and how productive would it be for them to get their food stamps cut off in November, right? Ain't that when y'all celebrate y'all Thanksgiving, y'all Thanksgiving? You know,
yeah, Thanksgiving and Christmas and
your
whatnot.
Christmas,
the most depressing day,
and your New
time of
Year, and your New Year, right?
Yeah.
But for the past, you know, for some of us, it's been like some brothers came into this truth as it's written back in, or as they say back in like 2009. Some of us came in 2012. Some of us 2018. Some of us 2020. You know, the elders and apostles came out, you know, over 35, 40 years ago, you know, and have known this, you know, not to be celebrating these pagan holidays, especially Christmas, when you got it written in Jeremiah chapter 10. And that's one of the mind-blowing things that got me into the truth, was like, once I heard that, like, dang, we've been celebrating this shit. You always knew there was something wrong about celebrating this shit, but then when you learn the history of it, and then you can go into the scriptures, Jeremiah 10, where it tell you about the, you know, not to follow the heathens' customs. You know, for you to cut that off, you know, when this is all you know and all your life, that's a form of faith.
Yeah.
Like with Abraham. Abraham had to cut off everything that he knew. You know, he had to leave his father's house.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure they had some wealth, they had some substance, they had some things where that he probably left down to his son. But Terah was he used to make he was a worshiper of false gods, false deities, and things like that. He used to create little gods and everything like that, you know, to give to the people. You know, so the Lord had to separate him from his own father because his father was going off. You know.
I got a precept for you.
But yeah, this world's gonna get a lot more cold. Let me finish this. A lot more cold. The thoughts of the mind state of people are gonna be to the point where stability is gonna be given to you by faith. When you look at all these people that don't have no faith, when they don't get their comforts, you know, they're not gonna have their food stamps. So, you know, what they gonna do? Also on top of that, the government has made it legal for you to carry guns without having a permit. So you can imagine what's about to really go on. It's going to be a lot of fighting, a lot for bread. People are going to a neighbor's going to invade neighbor for the want of bread. So we're about to go into some real topsy-turvy, crazy times. And if you don't understand that, if you don't understand, oh, I'm gonna have to go today without eating, or you know, I'm gonna have to go without drinking, then you haven't been getting your mind prepared for this time. You haven't been keeping the high holy days, you know, the atonement, the Passover, and things of this nature that gives you that faith. You know, that's why it's important, or it's imperative to learn the ways of the Lord, which starts with having faith. You know, and it starts with fear. Wait, what you want to say? You got it.
Just like you were saying about us, it takes a lot of faith in order to leave one lifestyle and embrace this one. This is Matthew 10:39. He that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it. So that's saying, if you find your place in this world, then you're just finding your own. You're finding where you finna die at with the nukes or with Jacob's trouble in some regard in that place. But if you're finding your life within Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that's salvation for you, man. Or willingly you make it, bro.
Yeah, as it's written, where your heart is, there your treasure is stored up. You know, and it's written that, you know, our conversation be in the heavens. You know, our mind is what's that? 2 Peter. They go into knowing that all these things are going to be dissolved, the elements and everything therein are going to be dissolved. What manner of person are you to be in all holy conversation? And that conversation leads into your behavior. How do you act on a daily basis? What do you talk about? You know, or do you want to be a part of this world? Do you want to, you want to enjoy 15 minutes of satisfaction, and instead of just going through the hard times? You know, like the brother was saying, when you look at it, everyone that's indulged in this world, that's being ran by the wicked, they have to have a form of wickedness in order to be satisfied here. The elect, man, like who's that? Lot. We're vexed with the filthy conversation of this world. The filthy conversation, that word conversation going into behavior. You know, you look around and you see these women out here with, you know, it can be enticing. You know, you see a woman with a nice little body, a cute face or whatever like that. But at the same time, you causing me to fucking sin. Yahweh Shah said, don't even look on these women. So it's hard to even look day to day, just to go out, you know, and to have a normal, peaceful life where you can say, hey, today, for the most part, I'm glad that I honored my father, you know, that I did right in his eyes. You know, it's hard to fucking do that on a regular basis, just because every day you're tempted with something.
Exactly.
You know, eating what we eat, the things that we eat with the pesticides and the poisons that the so-called white man has put inside of all these food, his companies. My rib sent me a YouTube feed about how the same people that control the cigarette companies back in damn, I forget what time, they had they all the money they were making, you know, the Marlboros, Newport, all these high corporations, they took control of the food industry.
Yep.
You seen that?
I was like, I know I've heard something like this, but I
Yeah.
wanted to see what your
No,
first.
yeah.
Yeah.
They took control. Yeah, you got
Like
it.
Kellogg's and
Yeah.
General Mills, the cereal
Through
industry.
the oil, the oil they
Yeah.
to make things addictive.
Yep. That's why all those MSG and
Yeah.
all that. Those is you gotta understand who's dealing with all these crazy ass chemicals anyway. The same people that put the crazy ass chemicals for you to smoke. They're just looking for new customers.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And you see our people in a bad. Our people are in a bad. Yeah, don't even mention it.
Yeah.
Our people are in a bad state, man. Our people are lost mentally because they, for one, they don't have no faith. When they hear this word, when they hear the true word of Yahweh Shema Shah going out, their mind is seared with a hot iron.
Mm-hmm.
Their conscience is seared with a hot iron. They can't think past what they've been taught, and they think, since nothing's happened to me all this time, based on what I know and what I believe in, what I've been told, you know,
God go get me right.
I'm okay. Yeah, Jesus gonna get me right. You know, I'm okay. But that's a part of the deception. You know, that's a part of
smoking a black and mild.
Yeah, man. Like,
that's the thing, though. Their temple's too defiled for Yahweh Shah to even
penetrate.
Exactly.
Shit, yeah.
Got too much dip on your chip, brother.
Yeah, man.
Too full of pork, smoking all the time. You know.
And don't get it twisted. The Lord can clean out anyone He want to clean out.
Absolutely.
The Lord can clean out, you know, anyone He really want to clean out. You know, it can happen. You know, but it starts with that faith. You know, once you hear this word, that's how you're gonna get clean. What's that? Psalms.
And then I'm asking Andre, what is she like?
That Psalms 50.
She likes Scorpion. I'm like,
I don't like the people behind me, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
like-
You fuck gotta.
so
There gonna still be people behind
I'm
me.
like, okay, well, I
You
can
good, though.
Like,
I'm gonna find it right quick. Yeah. Nope, it's Psalms 119. How could I forget that? Psalms 119, starting at verse 9. It states, Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed thereto according to thy word. That's how you cleanse your way, by taking heed to the word of Yahweh Shema Shah. Not just by hearing it, you got to be a doer of the word as well.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people say, you know, they love the Lord or you know, I hear you, but all that I hear you don't mean nothing if you're not acting on it. You know, if you're not taking heed to it.
Yeah. Got the AI overview for the meaning to take heed.
Come.
It means to pay close attention to something, like advice or a warning, and to consider it carefully.
Wow, ooh, I got a precept for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Consider this word carefully, man. That's why scriptures say count that cost, man. Like, really understand. This is although our affliction here is going to be considered light, this message is not light at all.
Right.
This is the most imperative ever. The whole world has to hear this in order for prophecy to move forward. That's not no light thing.
Yeah, but when you got people that don't want to consider, you know, it's a form of rebellion.
Mm-hmm.
It's a form of, you know, pushing the Lord away to get to do what you want to do. I got this in Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 2. It says, Hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth, for the Lord hath spoken. How He spoke? He spoken through His men, the prophets. He say, I have nourished and brought up children, and they have rebelled against me. And what's rebellion like? Rebellion is as witchcraft, you know. And witchcraft, you know, you probably get burned at the stake, you know, for committing witchcraft. What's the form of witchcraft nowadays? Selling dope, using dope, or any kind of drug that alters your mind, that defiles your temple. Um, you know, going back to the precept, it says, and they have rebelled against me. Verse 3, the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib, but Israel do not know, my people do not consider. Going back to what the brother was bringing out, about how our people don't even consider. They don't know the names of the Lord, even though it's being told to them, told to them. What's the true names of the Lord? Our people gonna still stay on Jesus. They still gonna stay, going to these harlot houses, even though it's been a shorter number of men.
The churches and whatnot. The numbers are dwindling because they're like, y'all can't give us answers.
Right.
But then they come to GMS to try to get the answers, and they're offended.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So y'all really shit out of luck.
Yeah. At the end of the day, because these words is not. The majority of our people been taught that if it sounds good, if it make you feel good, then that means it's good. That means it's right. Our people don't understand that the only way we're made better is through affliction. When you go off and you do something wrong, you're supposed to get a whipping for that. You're supposed to get some kind of form of discipline for that. You're not supposed to get a pat on your head and tell y'all, don't worry about little Timmy, it's okay. You'll do better next time. Sometimes, majority of the time, you need that ass whooping to remind you, okay, I ain't gonna touch that fire no more, or I ain't gonna jump over there no more, or I ain't gonna be throwing rocks at that window, or throwing rocks at windows anymore. That's what Christianity has done. Christianity has created a culture of entitled people that throw rocks and hide their hands.
Exactly. Some weak, docile. What's where you just use?
Entitled.
Yeah, entitled individuals, man. Everything got to work for them. They don't have no understanding of what they're talking about. They're extremely prideful.
Extremely.
And but they can't handle anything not going their way. But just the Lord is refining us as silver. You look at how silver is actually refined. It's a long and grueling process with a lot of heat, with a lot of hammering and whatnot.
Yeah, a lot of steps.
A lot of painful steps. If you were that rod of silver being purchased, because we are, that's the exact process, man. Right. We're meant to go through something so that we can become better. Because when that silver comes out of that entire process, it looks absolutely immaculate.
It's a form of being tried. Your faith being tried. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 and verse 5. It says, matter of fact, let me open that up. Matter of fact, I'm starting verse 1. Beautiful. Ecclesiastes chapter 2 verse 1, it states, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. And that's not something that we were taught in Christianity or any of these so-called religions. We were just told, come as you are, you're going to be accepted. But the Lord's saying, when you come to serve him, you got to prepare your soul for temptation, right? The things that you were taught, that were okay to do, you find out, nah, that shit ain't okay.
Exactly.
So as you try to wean yourself off of the temptation, you try to wean yourself off of the sin, you will be tempted in every walk. When you stop celebrating Thanksgiving and Christmas, which a lot of y'all ain't gonna have no choice this year. Peanut butter and turkey sandwiches, that's what y'all about to be eating. Turkey sandwiches and peanut butter jelly sandwiches gonna be y'all sweet.
Yeah,
that's gonna be y'all.
Just like you were saying, man, like Sirach 2, prepare thyself for temptation. With the way that this world works, the slightest hint of temptation, they fall immediately.
Yeah.
The slightest bit, man. You go on the internet and look at how people act, bro. They see anything remotely feminine, they just lose it, bro.
Yeah.
They just lose it. And in this time, man, all these women that walk out here with with tight ass pants and crop tops and whatnot, not wearing a
Short
bra and all that
dress, yeah.
shit. Hey, y'all finna get raped until death
Oh,
out here,
it's
bro.
about to be ravished.
Yeah,
Ravished
and you
on a
think
whole
it's a joke
different level.
now. You think it's a joke now, but you're not finna be laughing in that day. You're gonna think, oh, there's this one dude that's looking at me. Oh, let's try. And then you find out, oh, he's not stopping. Oh, his friends are here. They're not stopping. Oh, there's even more. They're not stopping.
Why y'all being so aggressive? Why y'all being so aggressive? You know,
You
y'all
know,
ain't
you
gonna
have
say
to-
nothing. Y'all gonna be screaming. Y'all gonna be screaming, crying out.
If you can even scream.
But it's gonna be too late in that day.
Yeah,
It'll be too late in that day because you know you've been craving all this attention.
exactly.
As it's written, the Lord gonna he gonna how it go.
You're gonna choose your delusion.
Yeah. He's gonna choose your delusions. He's gonna meet you to your face.
Yep.
You know, the words that's going out is supposed to return you back to him so that you can. We're all supposed to be in a form of mourning right now, right? The horn is being blown right now is a horn of fear, a horn of war, not a horn of partying or being comforted and feeling good. It's a horn being blown of no security is coming, especially here in America, man.
Yeah.
The Lord is taking away. You got it. No, you got it.
No, you're not gonna be able to call 911 when shit get crazy. They're
Nah.
gonna be overwhelmed.
They're already overwhelmed.
Not too long
They
ago,
gotta send the National Guards in. They already overwhelmed.
Not
Fuck.
only that, but I saw these hackers have a bunch of phone numbers, and they have the ability to overwhelm the police phone numbers in all states at the same times with AI. So they're not going to be able to have any understanding of what's real and what's not.
Wow.
So they're going to get constant calls, help, I'm over here, and all that, and then they're going to waste their
I think I've
resources.
seen something
trying
about that.
Yeah, man.
Not only that, you got the ICE. Hey, Shalom, coat of many colors. That's the brother. He be out there. Shalom, Yahabah Shalom Shah, Bashim Chakadash Barakatah. You got the ICE people out there, right? They got these on their tablets on their phone, facial recognition devices.
Yep.
That you know.
No
they
body
can-
cams, just
Yeah.
full on crash out dummies.
Yeah, crash out. You got these YNs. These YNs, they know that the whole black culture thing is pretty much all about death and and killing, and they're just enthralled in it, man. They don't have any hope. They don't have any hope. They don't have any faith. They crash the dummies.
Yeah.
Our people are crashing out on a high level right now
Over some dumb shit.
over some.
If it wasn't
petty
stupid
shit.
before, it's even dumber now. It's even dumber now, man. I don't like your shoe, cut. Bah, gone.
Yeah, not even that. You know, and again, back on the women, because a lot of these women, whether they know it or not, or they're a part of it or not, you know, they're a cause of a lot of men going to jail and being locked, being dead.
Yeah, setups and whatnot.
Yeah, you know, or spreading rumors, being clamorous. They can't shut their mouth. They always want to tell you about how they feel.
Yeah,
Right, and then you got these men that's as bad as feminine as these women out here, and you know they hear one thing, now they going up their emotions and their feelings. Instead of sitting down, getting a true understanding of what a person mean or what a man mean, you know, they're just gonna go based off what they feel. And now the culture is set where you're giving you're not even giving any accolades except for recognition when you crash out. Oh yeah, remember he crashed out, he did this, you know, oh he gonna spend so many years behind jail and you know behind bars now or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, it's no gift behind it, it's just recognition.
And this is not even the worst that they can get. Imagine if they knew that they were coming back in other generations, man.
Like
your
that brother
Ollie
say,
said.
yeah, imagine, man. They'd be crashing out on, you know how many banks a nigga would try to rob if they knew all right, man, this is the last chance, but man,
Yeah.
if I hit this lick the way I'm supposed to hit it, we'll be set for life, you know. And I'll come back in the third, fourth generation.
Exactly.
Just our people knowing knowing this information. That's why the Lord blocked it from a lot of these people, bro, because He don't want them to have the easy way out.
No.
Y'all not gonna get the easy way out. Fuck all that.
That's why before this truth, most of the brothers, at least I'll speak for myself, were just almost infatuated with with death, because honestly, there was nothing that was, when you couldn't find meaning in anything, you try to find meaning in death, man.
Yeah.
And when you come
That
inside
despair.
you come inside of this truth, you understand death is a gift. It's
Right.
mercy out here, man. You know, and at the same time, it's also not the end. So there is a beauty within that. There's a comfort in that. But these
when you
people
do
don't. These people don't even got that.
Yeah,
They just think it's it.
when you do it the right way. Yeah, when you do it the right way, that's the death that you want. You don't want a death where you matter of fact, let me get a precept. I'll go off this precept and then I'll back up what I'm saying. Back at Isaiah chapter 1, I'm gonna go to verse 4. It says, a sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone away backward. Why should ye be stricken anymore? Ye will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick. The whole heart is faint. Like, even if you do, if you do receive correction, you're gonna get worse and worse. That's what happened to our people. This grace period, this form of correction, a time to get right with the Lord, is going out. And what has happened to our people? Our people have gotten worse and worse. You know, the elder Nazaba was just doing a lesson about a woman, talking about how she's been disconstructed because of the truth. Disconstructed.
It's that, one demon will leave and bring seven.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
The people that walk by camps, they could probably that'll probably be enough just to hear. That'll probably just be enough for that one demon to leave for a little bit. Oh, they feel a little bit better. They move a little bit different. I got the Lord's name, okay? They pray for it. And then they come back and bring 7 more demons, and they wax even worse, man.
Yeah. I had a situation like that dealing with a fucking a little demon out there where she thought she was in the truth. She even knew the names of Yahweh Shemal Shah. You know, she even started calling the names of Yahweh Shemal Shah, and then she went back into Jesus. You know, and now she got all type of demons on her and shit. And I can't. What can you do about it? You can't do nothing about it, man. You gotta let people have their cake and eat it too.
Exactly.
This is their last opportunity to fulfill their desires and their lusts.
Exactly.
You know, before that great day when the Lord come back, like the elder, like my brother here was talking about. Once you get that Amos chapter 5, the day of the Lord is going to be dark and no light in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the wars, everything that's going on, the Lord is going to be one person in a city, 2 people of a family.
Yep.
Those are the numbers, the statistics that Yahweh Shemal Shah is putting out there. The righteous is going to scarcely be saved. Those are the statistics. Those are the realistic statistics that we're about to go into.
Yeah, there's only 144,000 that's gonna get saved out of how many people on the earth?
No,
8
not 100. It's gonna be 1/3.
Oh yeah,
144,000 just the men.
Yeah, it's a lot, yeah.
No, you good.
Yeah, the point still stands where that is still a significantly smaller number considering the 8 billion people on the earth.
Right.
Again, that shows you the Lord's not dealing with everybody, man.
And He don't need to. He don't need you to bring back. You gotta bring it on. Bring it on.
This is for the point of like just hearing this truth and whatnot, and then still waxing worse and whatnot. This is 2 Peter 2:20. For if after they have escaped the pollutions of the world through the knowledge of the Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, they are again entangled therein and overcome, the latter end is worse with them than the beginning.
Beautiful.
For it had been better for them not to have known the way of righteousness than after they have known it to turn from the holy commandment delivered unto them.
All right.
All right, but this happened unto them according to the true proverb. The dog is turned to his own vomit again, and the sow that was washed to her wallowing in the mire. Hey, it's you returning to your own filth, man. All right, that you come to this pure truth, man, and then you want to go back to the filthiness of the world, man. To know this truth is to have wisdom and to receive the Holy Spirit, man. The Holy Spirit is clean, it's pure, and it washes you the more that you try to perfect yourself in it. The more that you try to strive for masteries in this truth, the more the better that you become overall. So if you go ahead and redefile yourself, man, it's like taking care of a kid. You just clean them up and whatnot, and then they want to go ahead and grab that same dirty ass diaper and wipe themselves all over again, man. It'd be worse. Now it's even worse because, there's even more cleaning to do and whatnot. But at that point, the Lord's just got to deal with you at that point, man. And Lord willing, we don't slip out in any way, shape, or form. We want to stay locked in with Yahweh Shem Yahushua. It's too easy to get confounded over some simple shit that doesn't need to happen. All right?
Salakia,
You good?
I was just thinking. I'm trying to find that precept that go with that. I know it's one in Matthew about the sower seed. How this word go out and it land amongst thorns and briars. It lands amongst the good ground, and some people gonna receive it for a moment, and then they're gonna go cold, like the Lord said. I'd rather you be hot or cold instead of lukewarm, because if you lukewarm, the Lord gonna spit you out.
Exactly.
You're not no good. It's a lot of brothers that come into this thing, a lot of sisters, Akim and Akwat, that come into this thing or learn of the truth. Like that lady talking about she was disconstructed or whatever. Yeah. Like the brother just brought up, how these people they're not fully set to go through the temptations. Going back to Sirach chapter 2. Matter of fact, let me pull that up.
Yeah.
Back in Sirach chapter 2, or Ecclesiastes chapter 2, verse 1 again, it says, "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright, meaning your mind, right? And constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble," right? See, because that's going to be the stability of the elect, the stability that the elect is going to have, to dwell on these words, not to lean on their own understanding. The Lord said, in the time of trouble, don't be hasty. Don't be hurrying and rushing and try to do things your way. It's even a scripture where the Lord said, "Be still." Let me get that.
Yeah, because the scriptures also say the heart is deceitful. Who can know it, man?
Right. Your own heart, yeah.
Yahushua knows. You can't do this thing on your own. That's why we need Him. If you could do it on your own, you would be perfect, man.
Yeah, and that's what we're striving for. We ain't there yet, though.
Yeah, the only way we can get there is through Yahushua, man.
Perfect. Let me get this Psalm 46. Psalm chapter 46, verse 1, it says, "The Most High, Yahweh, is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Therefore will not we fear, though the earth be removed, and though the mountains be carried into the midst of the sea, though the waters thereof roar and be troubled, though the mountains shake with the swelling thereof. Salah. There is a river, the streams whereof shall make glad the city of the Most High, the holy place of the tabernacles of the Most High. The Most High is in the midst of her. She shall not be moved. The Most High shall help her, and that rightly early." And that's the elect of Israel. The Lord going to help the elect, early. That's why He says, "Seek me early." While he is near. Verse 6 states, "The heathen rage, the kingdoms are moved. He uttered His voice, the earth melted." This is all talking about the time that we're coming into right now. All right, the earth is gonna melt with them nuclear bombs get set, the nuclear missiles get set off. There's gonna be trouble and calamity on all sides. Verse 8 it says, "Come, behold the works of the Lord. What desolation He had made in the earth. He make wars to cease unto the end of the earth. He breaketh the bow and cutteth the spirit in sunder. He burneth the chariot in the fire. Be still and know that I am the Most High. I will be exalted among the heathen. I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. Salah. That's going to be the elect. That's the mindset of the elect. Being stable. And then being called out of being not just called, but being chosen to be beamed up in those chariots. You know, when all this destruction is coming to a head, once those missiles get sent off, that's when we're going to really know who the elect is. You know, I mean, we're going to know who the elect is before then. You know, when everybody starts getting kicked out of their houses, you know, and you see certain men that have the spirit on them to endure. You know, the ones that's not going to be afraid, you know, or the arrow, you know, or the pestilence, you know, those who are going to really believe and trust in what they've been hearing, you know, about a word. And you know, their faith, meaning their actions right now. What you're doing right now, what you're being held accountable for doing right now, is going to show in that time of affliction.
Yeah, exactly. Because, I'm not forgetting the verse. I'm trying to find it.
How it go, you know?
Yahushua is our assured victory. That's the mind state of the elect, because the Lord's gonna bring the elect to a quick understanding. We got some more. Yeah. So the Lord's gonna bring the elect to quick understanding within this ministry. All right. So when it comes to the prophecies, when it comes to the laws, when it comes to the building of their faith, the adversities, everything that they have to adapt to, exactly what the Lord wants them to be able to understand and to stand firm on, and to be, have a strong foundation on, they're going to be completely sealed on that. So that's why they're going to have that complete stability in that time, man. Like we were just reading in Isaiah 33:6, man, that wisdom and knowledge, that's where it's coming from. And so when it comes to that point, Yahushua is going to be that victory, because he's already done exactly that. We're just walking in their footsteps. Lord willing, we're of that number, because that's going to be the, that's how you, what's it say? A man should be desired in the wind.
Oh yeah, a covert from the wind. Let me get it for you.
Yeah. That's where the men of the Lord are going to be sought out, man, during Jacob's trouble. And again, this is all building off of Proverbs 24:10. If thy faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small. It's going to be the complete opposite of the elect, man. They're going to be nothing but strong in faith. I don't have nothing but faith. It's like,
I got you. No, you good. Isaiah 32, and I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, Behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment. That's Yahushua being that king, and King David. Because King David is going to be back in the earth, which Christians don't go into. The tabernacle of King David being established in the earth, which is going to be a government ran in righteousness. The government is going to be laid on the shoulder of Yahushua. You know, Yahushua, he sprung forth out of the seed of Jacob, not Jacob, King David.
The tribe of Judah.
Yeah, the tribe of Judah. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah. All right. It says, verse 2, and a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place. You know, and you know, in a dry place, you know, you can imagine being like in a desert, or you can imagine going a day or two without drinking. A lot of you, since you've been in this truth, you learn going 24 hours without drinking, that salt start to build up in your mouth, that you know, you get thirsty. You eat, whether you're working or you're talking, you know, you're not, you know, the more you talk or the more you work, the more dry you appear to be. All right. And imagine that first taste of water that you get. You know, you go 2 or 3 days without drinking. You know, that's gonna be what the men of the Lord is gonna be like to you women first and foremost. You know, But to the rest of the rest of the elect that's just just believing.
Man, these people couldn't possibly do a 2-3 day fast.
Man.
No fucking way, bro.
Nah, man.
Because they listen to what Esau says, which is your body's talking to you. Listen to it.
Yeah.
Eat when
all
the
the
time, man.
Was that Nike? Just do it. Just do it.
Sprite,
shit.
obey your thirst.
Obey your thirst. Yeah. And all those things go into you fulfilling the wants of your flesh.
Yeah.
Every day your flesh is fighting against the spirit. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is
Fresh week.
but the flesh is weak.
Yeah.
All right, and these times that we're going through, especially starting with the men, the Lord is building us up spiritually, more than our carnal selves, more than just what our flesh desire and want. The Lord is building up the spirits of the men, because in the time that we're going into, you're going to have that. You have to be walking spiritually. When King David went up against Goliath, statistic wise, it was meant for King David to die. King David, his brothers, the whole army of Jerusalem, Israel was supposed to die, to be written in the history books as those that succumbed to Goliath and the Philistines.
Man, that was all throughout history. Israel should have lost every single time, but we had the Lord with us, man.
Con. Every time we was victorious, we had Yahweh Shemel Shah on our side.
Yeah, that's why it says the righteous shall scarcely be saved, like we always have been.
Right.
From Yahweh Bashem Shai, man. He's always had our backs. It's like you were making a point.
No. You good. I'm going to get to Isaiah 32:2 again. It says, and a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. King David was that great rock. Peter, is that rock. King David was that rock, against Goliath in that time. When Goliath came to him, he said, he was giving accolades to his weapons and his shield. Yeah. And King David said, "Oh shit, you come to me with your sword and your shield." But he said, "I come to you in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah."
God, man,
that's how powerful those names are, huh?
It's gonna be a beautiful thing. Lord willing, we get that spiritual power, man.
Come on.
Because you see, I'll be talking to bros about this, man. You see all these animes and whatnot. That's based off of us.
All day, every day.
That's based off of what the spiritual power that we finna get. All that super speed, that's Elijah right there. Super strength, Samson, know, wisdom and Solomon, that all of it. That's all us.
Yahweh Shah said, man, let me get it.
We finna get it back. And the Lord's gonna let our creativity go crazy with that spiritual power in that day, man.
Now it's messing with me again. Okay, no. Yeah, it is.
I'll let you grab now.
I got it. John chapter 14 and verse 12. It says, "Very, very, I say unto you, he that believeth on me," it's Yahweh Shah speaking in the red. "He that believeth on me, the works that I do, shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do, because I'll go unto my Father." When you get that spiritual gift, man, Yahweh Shah was able to walk on water. Yahweh Shah was able to walk through walls, to disappear before, the crowd. You think Fantastic Four, and and all these things.
Yeah, man.
All the X-Men, all this stuff. They don't have nothing on the men of the Lord. The spiritual gifts that the Lord is going to give His men.
Bits and pieces, man. Same thing with the with all these airplanes and fighter jets and whatnot. It ain't nothing compared to a chariot, man.
Believe it, man. Believe it. The Lord gave these guys the technology to build what they got, to do what they do. Imagine how much more, how much. And that's the beautiful thing about this faith, Salakia. That's the beautiful thing about this faith. If Esau had the little intelligence to build what he got, and it's astounding to the world. Even to the point where you have the majority of people saying, "Who was like unto the beast?" Who was what?
No, you go ahead.
They're saying, "Who is like unto the beast?" Everybody, the whole world marveled at the things, the weaponry, the technology of Esau Edom. Everybody is wondering day and day. They deride Esau Edom because of the inventions that he's got. But it's written that the Lord took wisdom out of Teman.
Man.
Right? So imagine the intelligence that the Lord's going to afford, his elect, and the things that he's already created. The Yahushua already created things beyond our imagination.
Yeah, it's beautiful that you said that, because think about it. That's exactly what 1 Corinthians 3:19 is talking about. How the Lord considers the wisdom of this world foolishness, man.
Right.
It confounds the world, but hey, he's gonna use that same wisdom to
confound the wise of this world. Yeah.
That is the same stuff that Esau is going to bring. All his weapons, all his vehicles, all his military might, all of it is going to be the reason why he falls. And it's the same thing. Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah. His own sword going to go into his own stomach. But be paraphrasing.
Yeah, he takes the wise in their own craftiness. Everything that Esau has been able to use to up himself in this world is going to be the exact thing that is confounding him, man.
Right.
See how the Lord moves with the scriptures. Again, this is why we have the comfort. It's why we ain't scared. Our flesh is scared, but our spirits are like, yeah, let it happen, bro. Go ahead, cut my head off. Go ahead. Let me go back to the spiritual world. I want to see my spiritual father again.
Right.
Let me get out of here, bro. This ain't it for us. This is not our rest. We don't care, bro.
The wisdom of this world teaches you that you only live once. That's the wisdom of this world. You only live once. Yep. Yeah, you already know. You only live once. That YOLO spirit.
Yeah.
But we know better than that.
Nah, the days of Yasharala are innumerable, man.
All right. Well, that's gonna be the
real. You only live once, Salaki.
Right. No. Yeah. You good? No, you good? Because that's the truth.
Yeah.
That's the truth. The days of Israel is innumerable. Mm-hmm. Meaning, when we get those new bodies, there's no such thing as dying anymore. Matter of fact, I just had that in 1 Corinthians. Let me get that back. In 1 Corinthians chapter 15, because you were saying something that led me there. Don't do that. Okay, here we go. I know, right? You can't make it up, bro. Yeah.
Esau's technology. See, if our technology now still glitches, why would you want a microchip in your brain, man? Even if you didn't fear the Lord, why would you want that, bro? Imagine that shit glitch.
Man, look at it though. The generation that's being raised right now, that's what they know. Man. Technology. Mm-hmm. They don't know nothing about going outside, playing football, playing basketball. You got very few here and there. You got to be in a school program pretty much to be doing that stuff. Yeah. These little kids out here, they're not going outside playing basketball because they want to anymore. The basketball court since 2020, the basketball courts was shut down. So the basketball court people couldn't go up play. That whole year, was it a year and a half or 2 years? That the whole world was shut down?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 2020. Everything was shut down. You had to be an essential worker to go out there and make your bread. Mm-hmm. That part. But anyway, I'm going to go to this 1 Corinthians chapter 15. And I'm going to start at verse... Damn, what was that? I just had it. Yeah. Verse, Salaki, y'all. I want to start with Yahushua. So verse 15, it said, "Yea, and we are found false witnesses." No, not that one. Huh? I'm gonna jump down, bro. Salakia, man. Because it was about the death Yeah, here we go. Salakia, y'all. This is verse 51. It says, "Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed." All right, because that goes into what's that piece up there say how 1 Thessalonians. Can you get that for me? 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, I want to say. And where it say we will not prevent those that are asleep. Because we're gonna have some of our brothers and sisters are gonna be that's it?
Yeah,
They're gonna be martyred. They're gonna be martyred, right? Or taken out for the faith of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, But the Lord's gonna raise them up again, in the end, and give them new bodies. It says, "But I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed." You want to get that for me?
1 Thessalonians 4, verses 12, "That ye may walk honestly toward them that are without, and that ye may lack of nothing.
Right.
But I would not have you be ignorant,
Right.
brethren."
The mystery. You have the mystery.
Mhm.
We have the understanding of Yahweh Shem Yahushua as the brother was going into death. All right, come on, bro.
"Concerning them which are asleep, that ye sorrow not."
That's what it is. It's sleep. This is rest. Death is not a form of where you die and you automatically go to a place and you burn forever.
No.
Right? All souls belong to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. They all go back to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right? That's the peace and the understanding that we get by having faith in the word of the Lord. A lot of people hear these things and they think it's outlandish. They think it's foolishness.
Yep.
Hey man, I haven't been told that ain't what I was told.
Yeah.
That ain't what that don't make sense. Of course it don't make sense because the Lord didn't give a lot of people that measurement of faith.
Right.
You got one up.
I think so.
Did you finish that?
Yeah.
First Thessalonians chapter 4?
Yeah, that was it. Oh,
That was it?
You want to see it?
Yeah, let me see. You was at 12, right?
Yeah. Verse 13, "But I would not have you to be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep, that ye sorrow not, even as others which have no hope. For if we believe that Yahushua died and rose again,
Right.
even so them also which sleep in Yahushua will the Heavenly Father bring with him."
Right. And the chariot. And that goes here to back to 1 Corinthians. Right, 1 Corinthians chapter 15. At verse 52, it says, "In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be risen incorruptible, and shall be changed. For this incorruptible must put on incorruption. For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality." Right, going back to the brother saying that the days of Israel are innumerable. Right, must put on immortality. So when this corruptible shall put on incorruption, and this mortal shall put on immortality, then shall it be brought to pass the saying that is written, "Death is swallowed up in victory. O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory? The sting of death is sin, and the strength of sin is the law. But thanks to the Most High, which giveth us the victory through our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach." And that's how we get the victory. Like Elder Yashawamba said one of his lessons, like recently, he said, the first drop of blood that Yahushua shed, that was when we got our victory. The first drop of blood that Yahushua shed, that's when we won.
Wrap it up.
Right, wrap it up. They got the victory. It's theirs now. And the thing is, Edom knows that. He knows that, and he's being made hardened. Like the Pharaoh was made hardened. So he's about to try to come down with this last ditch effort to maintain control of this of the citizens, or if you want to call them citizens, of the people by turning everybody into a damn cyborg, and then have them. It's going to start here in America. where everybody gonna turn to a cyborg, and then, you know, he gonna have total control over, you know, you working, what you think, what you believe, and the beautiful part about it, which in totality is kind of sad, but the beautiful part about it is that the majority of the people are gonna take the shit. And what makes it beautiful is that the Lord, that means the Lord is, the word of the Lord is faithful and true. He's gonna do exactly what he said. And exactly about all the people that's gonna take the damn chip, the Lord gonna do what he said on the right hand side. He's gonna have his elect that's gonna be redeemed, from their enemies. That's gonna be redeemed out of the hand of this wicked ass ruler. That's gonna get the victory. That's gonna be made. We're not gonna need Esau Edom's technology to live forever. The Lord gonna do it in a spiritual sense, and that's where that faith comes in at. That's where being imperative with that faith come in at. A lot of people gonna have faith in taking the MOTB.
Yeah.
A lot of people gonna have faith in bowing down to Esau Edom and his technology.
And some of it won't even just be faith to take it. It's just going to be desperation to get their old life back. That's why the scriptures say, he that findeth his life shall lose it.
Yep. And he that loses his life for my sake shall find it. So, and that's, Lord willing, you know, we are that fold. There's you know, we're putting off, you know, whatever we thought we could gain or get out of this world. We see it for what it is.
Exactly. Some
ain't
brothers here left.
Huh?
Some brothers here left the sports, music,
Yeah.
the arts and crafts, because, you know, Jake just want to create, really. That's where we
Right.
come from, you know?
Right.
We're a bunch of artists because we're of the best artists.
And Jacob is the former of all things.
Yeah, man.
You know, like even Solomon seen it, that even though he had it all, this world not being, or us not having a new bodies to completely be obedient to the Heavenly Father, all this shit don't mean nothing at the end of the day.
Yeah.
All of it don't mean nothing.
Exactly.
You know, once we get that, if the Lord keep the faith in us, Adawan Ratazah, he keeps the faith in us to trust and believe that he's going to do what he's been saying he's going to do, and no matter what we have to go through, that we're going to be faithful unto him. We're going to see a time where you know, where we're going to be changed in order to obey Yahweh Shema Shah with no second thought. It's going to be pure nature to live righteously.
That's,
You know, and it's not about what we're going to gain, but it's about, all right, we tried this shit, man. We went off, we tried to do it our own way, and I don't want to or call Halayullah Yahweh Shema Shah for at least affording us the opportunity to know that we did wrong, to know that we went off. And that's the sad thing about it. A lot of people have not been given that faith to know that they've been doing wrong,
yeah, man.
and they're not gonna have the opportunity to even try to change.
That's why I can't understand how these people say that we're in the new kingdom now, man. Like,
Yeah,
if you're in the new kingdom,
covenant.
yeah, if you're in the new kingdom, how now? Go ahead and hug your Lord.
Right,
You
right,
can't. You filthy, bro.
right,
You filthy.
right.
That's
All of us, even us that's doing our best to be righteous, all of our righteousness is as filthy rags. You know, we're not gonna be made whole. That void inside of our spirits is not gonna be made whole until Yahweh shall return, first and foremost, and get all the glory. But he's gonna do it in a dramatic fashion, and rightfully so. The Lord gonna come back in a dramatic fashion. You know, it's gonna be dark. There's gonna be some glimmers of light here and there. The salvation, those is gonna be glowing. You know, glowing with the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Lord, opposed to the all the ignorance that we see in people. You know, man, it's gonna be a beautiful thing for those that have faith.
Exactly.
That's why it's imperative to you know, to cleave to the Lord, and to you know, after he giving you this gift of faith, to hold on to it, man. That gift of faith resembles a crown. You know? That's why our Lord said, hold on, you know, let me get it. And I'm probably gonna close out after that.
gotta go to work. You forget ideas all the time. You know, you get headaches.
Second
you
covenant.
saying it, yeah. Stupid shit, bro. In the kingdom, the Lord gonna take away all sorrow, but you still got headaches.
No, they don't get it, man. Yeah, they don't get it. The Lord didn't give it to them. That's all it is. Was that Romans 11? Israel seeketh, or how I go? Damn. Israel have not obtained it, but the election have obtained it.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Good paraphrasing. Revelation 3 and verse 10, right? It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast. What's that? That's the faith. The Lord gave us the gift of faith. Hold that faith, man. No matter what, you know. And, you know, you show your faith through your works. You know, you show your faith through your works. You know, the Lord said, this, don't do that. What's the use of having faith and you're looking for a world that's going to be clean, an ocean that's going to be clean, and your action is going to tell you, or your faith is going to tell you, if you want the ocean to be clean, don't eat shrimp, crab, lobster. Don't eat all those abominable things in the sea. Right?
Hey, that's like your father telling you, like, just don't eat, like just bugs on the ground and whatnot.
Yeah.
And you over here, but it tastes good.
Yeah, you make a delicacy out of it. But those bugs is gonna make you sick for one, and they got their own purpose.
Exactly.
The same thing with the things that's in the sea. You know, the Lord say these things I put in the sea to keep the sea clean. If you're of the elect and you want to see to keep the sea be clean, you're gonna stop eating shrimp, crab, and lobster. Mm-hmm. Of course, it's out of your hand as far as these people going out there and fishing for them. That's why we're gonna be given a rod of iron to whoop the other nations into obedience.
Yep.
They're gonna have to see it. Their rulers, whoever's their, I don't know if they don't even have kings and shit like that, but whoever's telling them, giving them their advice,
Us.
yeah, we're gonna be the kings there, if anything. But if any of them go off, we're gonna have to make that individual an example.
Yep.
With a rod of iron. This what y'all want? Y'all better stop going in that damn sea and fishing for crab, shrimp, and lobster. Yeah, the elect see this world being made perfect, and we know it's going to be made perfect when Yahweh shall return and give the elect those new bodies to constantly obey Him, to not go off anymore.
Yep.
That's what's going to make this world right. It ain't no other way around it. Oh yeah, I'm about ready to slide out.
Okay.
I'm gonna get this precept that I'll get. You got anything else you want to say before I get this precept?
No.
All right. With that, I'm gonna close out with Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. It states, "Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High, and keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For the Most High shall bring every work into judgment, and every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil." All right, with that, to the east, we're going to close out, giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh,
Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak, Kadash.
Again, double honor to our beloved elders and apostles of the great millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Endure, Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, Rakazah, endure. Till next time, Kwame Yasharala, Wa Abba Babal. Yeah.
What are y'all about?
Yeah.